Hello, everybody, and welcome to More to Digital. I'm your host, Brian Sikorsky, and today we have Sarah Stapleton, and she's the marketing director of ChemPartner. Sarah, so glad you joined us today. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here. I'm good. How are you?
Awesome. Well, it's always great to talk to people in the marketing world because usually the marketing people don't get to be in the spotlight. So I'm glad you're here. So help us in a few words, and well, it might be kind of tough because I've been on your website and I see how much you do. Can you tell our viewers what is ChemPartner?
Yeah, so ChemPartner is in the pharmaceutical space, and we do research and manufacturing for pharmaceutical and biotech companies. So if you think about drug development of a new medication, and it takes about 12 years, we're in the very beginning of that. So we're doing chemistry and biology and all of those great things, and then also manufacturing of actual medications.
Wow, that's incredible. So being a marketer for for a company like ChemPartner, what do you think would be the major challenges that you face today?
Yeah, we're in a very specific B2B niche, right? So when it
Sure.
comes to digital marketing as a whole, there's amazing things that are happening now digitally. And we kind of have to find our sweet spot, what works for our client base, what works for our material and things like that. And so we have to kind of pick and choose our digital marketing, I would say, is the trickiest part. The thing that
Mm,
fits most B2B doesn't always work here.
sure, sure, definitely. Because you are reaching, probably different client bases and potential is that some of us may not already see. So I am curious, what digital platforms do you use more often to purchase any sort of media?
So, when it comes to media, for the most part, we focus in on industry publications. That's our major network.
Mm,
That's our best kind of fit, just because we are so niche that more widespread digital platforms aren't always the perfect fit. And then, of course, the ones that everyone uses: social, Google Ads, things like that.
sure. And what do you think is going to be the biggest change, in your opinion, that is in the world of marketing within the next few years?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of changes happening around privacy regulation. We've already started to see
Mm,
it with the GDPR. We've already started to see it with the way Google Analytics is shifting. And I just think it's going to become a world where privacy is more heavily regulated, and we as marketers have to pay closer attention to what we do. And it'll make things a little more tricky. But I think it's good for everyone
yeah,
overall.
sure. Yeah. I always think, when people freak out, they're like, well, how are we going to get the word out? How are we going to target people? Well, for social media, before all the digital stuff, there were ways to do it. And now it's a little bit easier with all the digital marketing that's available on our fingertips. So I'm sure
Exactly.
there will always be a way to find. So right on. So let me ask you, how, what would be one tip that you would give to somebody that was coming into the world of digital marketing? What would you recommend to them?
That so this is something I teach a digital marketing course, and one of the things I tell my students is that marketing is always a cycle. It's always a loop. And so we get to try things again and again. If it works, we do it again. If it doesn't work, we try something different and we loop back around. So I say marketing is one of those things where don't be discouraged if it doesn't work the first time. Celebrate if it does, but always remember that we can optimize, we can loop around, we can come again, and do better.
That's amazing, and that's great to do marketing classes. That's fantastic. You mentioned putting content out there. So let me ask you, how important do you feel authenticity plays a role in marketing?
Oh, 100%. If you're not authentic, if you're not transparent, your audience is going to figure that out pretty quick. I mean, this is the digital age where information is literally at everyone's fingertips all of the time. So, making sure that you're not sugarcoating things, that you're being as authentic to your brand and your values as a company is
Mm,
key when it comes to anything you're doing digitally or just in general,
that's
but especially digitally.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic because I can imagine, the world that you're marketing in is totally different from where others that may be watching this are from. It's fascinating to hear your viewpoint on these things. Fantastic. We are out of time, unfortunately. I'd love to have you back and we can talk about these things a little bit more in depth. I'd love to hear, some of the strategies that you and Chem Partners take to make sure that that authenticity is coming out in the marketing that you do. That's excellent. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a great one.
Yeah, you too. And for everyone else, we have so much great advice for the rest of you out there. You can connect with Sarah, and don't forget, you can connect with me, and we can connect you with any of the great interviews we have on our other platforms. So, as always, it's great ideas, it's incredible storytelling in marketing and media right here on More to Digital. You can find us at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Brian Sikorsky. You're a powerful marketer, and we'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.